Tonight on NewsVision, the Centennial Village buildings that are opening this year just got their names. We will tell you what they are and bring you an update on the dorm's construction.
And we developed the naming nomenclature really to provide kind of the feel and culture of what it means to be on campus.
Plus, Kevin McCarthy has made history for being the first Speaker of the House to be removed from office. We'll give you all the details. And later on, we will have an update on star safety Cam Kinchins, who was hospitalized after a clash on the field a month ago.
I was able to, I'd have been at the Bethune-Cookman game, you know. I don't like missing games. And
these stories and a lot more on tonight's episode of NewsVision.
Hello and welcome to NewsVision. I'm Harvey Duplock.
And I'm Melanie Lowe. Thank you for joining us.
One of the biggest issues here at the University of Miami is the lack of on-campus student housing. But by the end of this year, 2 new dorms are scheduled to open their doors. We are joined now by Regina Potenza for details. Regina?
Thanks, guys. Behind me is the construction of the new University of Miami freshman dorms. Construction broke ground in June 2022 and is expected to be completed in August 2026. Now, throughout this whole process, the University of Miami has really been pushing a sustainability initiative. The school is hoping to earn a gold certification for leadership in energy and environmental design, which is the second highest rating in the system created by the U.S. Green Building Council to score sustainability of new building developments. For the past decade, construction of the new University of Miami residential colleges on the Coral Gables campus has been ongoing, with the university debuting the new dorms in 3 phases.
10 years ago this fall, actually, we implemented developed our first phase of our housing facility strategic plan, which called for Lakeside Village to be constructed first, and then Centennial Village for our first-year students to be the second phase of our plan. And then the third phase of our plan will be a replacement or renovation of Mahoney Pearson at Eaton.
Lakeside Village opened for students in 2020 after COVID-19 delays. The second phase is scheduled to open in fall 2024. It includes the first 2 out of 5 new Centennial Village freshman dorms. The first 2 phases will cost almost $500 million to construct and provide housing for more than 3,000 students.
I think it's very good to be updating our infrastructure because with a university with these resources, I think it's long past time that we had the accommodations to match our academics.
Centennial Village dorm rooms will all have floor-to-ceiling windows, updated furniture in rooms and common areas, semi-private communal bathrooms, and a new dining hall. The new dorm names will be Coral Residential College for the one closest to Lake Osceola, and Ibis Residential College for the one closest to the architecture school.
And we developed the naming nomenclature really to provide kind of the feel and culture of what it means to be on campus and the kind of flora, fauna of living in South Florida.
The other 3 Centennial Village dorm towers are scheduled to open in August 2026. Regina Potenza, UMTV.
Thank you, Regina. The United States is celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month until October 15th, and Hispanic culture is being showcased here on campus. Tonight, the Latin Billboard Awards are happening at the U. Daryl Barnes is live at the red carpet at the Watsco Center. Daryl, what's going on over there?
Melanie, look, a lot of students had no idea why this road in front of the Watsco Center has been closed off since about Sunday, but let me let you in on a little secret. It's because Bad Bunny and folks are in town. That's right, the Billboard Latin Music Awards are here, going on right now inside of the Watsco Center here on the University of Miami campus. And so you can see here some of the cars going by right now. I guess those are the motorcycles, but they're sitting here guarding the red carpet that's going on. We saw Bad Bunny. He's out here already. This is the award show for some of the biggest chart toppers in Latin music. And so we got people like Bad Bunny, of course, Shakira, Peso Plumo. Also, they're here to shell out, some of the big awards like Artist of the Year, Latin Album of the Year. And it's been going on now for, a couple of minutes. It started at 7 p.m., that red carpet. Now, later on at 8 o'clock, that's when the whole celebration is going to be live streamed, it's going to be airing on Telemundo, including an exclusive performance of one of Bad Bunny's songs. But that does leave you enough time to tune in to the rest of NewsVision, so make sure to stick around. But for now, from the Watsco Center, Daryl Barnes, UMTV.
Thank you, Daryl. And over the weekend, reporter Charlie Hill attended another celebration for Hispanic Heritage Month.
On September 30th, Miami International Mall hosted their 18th annual Hispanic Heritage Celebration. The afternoon had a full itinerary of performances from dancers to musicians. The event showcased many different countries and cultures across North America, South America, and Central America. All performers based out of Miami, Mariachi Los Viajeros, Son Cuba, and Danza y Tambor took the stage for mall-goers to watch as they shopped. There was also special performances from Venezuela, which meant a lot to the MC of the event.
We have shows from Venezuela, from Cuba, from Spain, from Colombia. It's very exciting to the experience.
Miami International Mall event coordinator Maria Prado stressed the importance of having the event. Maria also says today shows the community that at the end of the day, we aren't that different. To stay up to date on their community involvement and learn about their next event, follow their Instagram at MIAINTL Mall. Charlie Diane Hill, UMTV.
And students on campus also put on their dancing shoes earlier this week to embrace their culture across campus and kick off Caribbean Week. The Caribbean Students Association is hosting a series of events to celebrate the week. The first event was a Wuck and Wine dance hall workshop. Students of all backgrounds attended the workshop to learn more about Caribbean culture through their traditional dances. The ability for the club to create strong bonds among students is extremely meaningful to its members.
It just means so much to connect with people, to show people my culture, showcase our culture to the university, and just make it fun and meet new people, network.
Dance and music are a significant part of the Caribbean culture, so this event was a great immersive experience for those who attended. And to close out the night, students showcased their newly learned skills by putting all the steps together to create a full Caribbean dance routine through traditional music.
And today's event, hosted by the Caribbean Students Association, is a carnival showcase that is setting up as we speak. Kayla Butter is live at the Hillel Student Center to tell us more. Kayla?
I'm here at the University of Miami's Hillel Center, where the Caribbean Students Association is setting up for its second annual Carnival Showcase. Tonight's showcase will be a night filled with Carnival costumes, student dancers, and all authentic American food. Popular Caribbean singer Skinny Fabulous is going to be performing tonight, and CSA will be honoring him with the Cultural Ambassador Award at the end of the night. The showcase is a part of UM's Greater Caribbean Week, which included a dance workshop that happened yesterday. The event is free for all UM students and faculty, and the dress code is semi-formal. The event doesn't start till 8 p.m., so you still have time to come on out and enjoy all of the night's festivities. Reporting live for UMTV, I'm Kayla Butter.
Thanks so much, Kayla. Coral Gables Books and Bookstore recently hosted UM foreign language professor Dr. Fuentes Corbin in celebration of her new book on Argentine music. The book discusses Argentine music in relation to the socioeconomic crisis that affected Argentina back in 2001. The event was open to the public, and dozens of people attended to hear Dr. Corbin introduce her book and to discuss it.
You know, for people who lived through those times, it spoke to them in a very you know, it got into their skin in a way, or under their skin and through their hearts.
Ended with book signings and sales. This is Dr. Corbin's first book.
Time for a short break now, but when NewsVision returns, the House of Representatives has ousted Speaker Kevin McCarthy. We will tell you what happened. Don't go anywhere.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depressing stuff. That's a white people thing. You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Thank you for staying with NewsVision. On Wednesday, House Representative Kevin McCarthy was voted out as Speaker of the House. The Republican is the first Speaker to be removed from the position in the nation's history. McCarthy was ousted after Florida Representative Matt Gaetz filed the motion to remove him. Gaetz says that McCarthy's decision to pass a short-term spending bill with support from Democrats was evidence that he has, quote, not fulfilled his promises to conservatives. 8 Republicans, including Gaetz, joined 208 Democrats in voting against McCarthy, who says the decision was personal.
You know it was personal. It had nothing to do about spending. It had nothing to do about everything he accused somebody of he was doing. It all was about getting attention from you.
Following the vote, North Carolina Representative Patrick McHenry was named the interim Speaker of the House until a new Speaker is voted in, but it is not yet known when that vote will take place.
The nation's largest healthcare strike has entered its second day. On Wednesday, 75,000 Kaiser Permanente employees walked out on one of the largest not-for-profit health providers in the U.S. and will not return until Saturday. The strike is a result of workers' union contracts that expired on September 30th. The workers are asking for fair wages, outsourcing protections, and safe staffing. Yesterday, union leaders and Kaiser Permanente held a bargaining session, but it ended without a settlement.
And now when we're at bargaining, all we are told is we're too expensive. Meanwhile, Kaiser executives, a lot of them are multimillionaires.
The workers striking are mainly nursing staff, receptionists, dietary workers, optometrists and pharmacists. And despite no agreement on a contract settlement, Kaiser Permanente said in a statement, "We have been able to reach a number of tentative agreements in bargaining, and our offers to date address the union's priorities."
Over the weekend, hundreds of people in Miami came together for a 5K run that benefited one of the biggest children's hospitals in the country. Sonny Carton has the story.
This Saturday, St. Jude hosted its annual Walk Run 5K at the Miami-Dade County Fair. One mom, Rochelle Prosser, isn't just taking part in the walk today. She walks with St. Jude every single day in support of her daughter Kayla.
My daughter was diagnosed at the age of 4, and she is a cancer survivor of St. Jude. She didn't find her final path to survival until the age of 12.
Kayla and her mom are not alone, and with a large team of supporters, they were ready to start the race.
I'm here at the Miami-Dade County Fair, where behind me thousands of people just took off in the St. Jude Run Walk event with one common goal in mind: to cure childhood cancer.
As people approached the third and final mile marker, the road to the finish line became clear, and whether you walked or ran, everyone was met with the same applause and a cold bottle of water as they crossed the finish line. Once the race was over, people took pictures, gathered at different booths, and celebrated, all to remind people like Kayla that they never have to fight or walk alone. For UMTV, I'm Sonny Carton.
Now, Melanie, earlier today there was a message sent in error to the UM community warning about a tornado.
It definitely scared me a little bit, but luckily that was a mistake and there was no tornado in Miami.
Now, here is our student meteorologist Quinn Davidson with the forecast. Quinn?
Well, Harvey, I have no idea what caused that alert to be sent out earlier, but I can assure you there are no tornadoes in the forecast for us here in South Florida. Looking at our current temperatures all across the board, it's pretty warm out there right now. We have 85 degrees here in Miami and 86 in Fort Myers, and there is a chance for coastal flooding in low-lying and coastal flooding-prone areas along the east coast portions of South Florida. So if you are in those areas, when those high tide cycles come tonight, be sure to keep an eye on that for happening. Tomorrow, we're forecasting a high of 92 degrees. The record is 93, set back in 1907. And although this is a very warm temperature, our humidity is not as high as it used to be the past few days. Dew points are in the low 70s before that front moves in Sunday into Monday. 71-degree dew point on Monday. I'll take it. Nice and comfortable for us here, but then those increase right back up into the upper 70s, that muggy, stormy setup that we know so well here in South Florida. Here's our cold front stringing down into the southeastern United States. Tropical Storm Philippe out in the Atlantic. We have that northeastern flow into our region, making tomorrow drier, spotty coastal showers along the immediate coastlines. And those pop-up showers and storms Saturday night. So if you are heading to Hard Rock Stadium, be sure to pack a poncho. You do not want to be caught off guard. Then the front moves down even more and stalls. This is when we don't know what impacts are going to be happening, but we do know that our rain chances are going to increase. Temperatures 92, 88, nice and comfortable. Get outside, enjoy that weather, and be prepared for next week.
Thank you, Quinn. And staying outdoors, the Miami Hurricanes have started their second season under head coach Mario Cristobal with 4 straight wins, but 2 of those coming without All-American safety Cameron Kinchens. Wyatt Kopelman has the latest on his return.
For the Miami Hurricanes football program, junior safety Cameron Kinchens has been the leader that coaches and teammates have never looked away from. But an injury he took to the head and neck area in the second game of the team's season meant his teammates would have to play their next 2 without his voice on the field.
Everybody's seen it, just got a little shaken up, just out on the ground. I remember everything that happened, so kind of just try to make a routine play. Just got, I guess, a little whip flash to the head.
After going to the Jackson Memorial Trauma Center in Miami on September 9th, the hospital released Kinchens the next day. And according to head coach Mario Cristobal, he returned to the team's practices this week. And while it was unclear how long Kinchens would be absent, his teammates knew they would have to step up while he recovered.
It was amazing seeing Jay Harris step up and seeing Cam push Jay Harris to be to the top of his potential and to take his spot.
But while his teammates and defensive coordinator Lance Guidry overcame missing their leader's impact, the time off the field reminded Kinchens of the sport Guidry tells him to always cherish.
I don't take the game for granted, but it just, Coach Guidry always saying that, like, you can always just be your last game, so go out there and give it your all and kind of put it in perspective.
He kind of fix things on the back end, make certain checks. So, just his presence. He's played a lot of football, and there's a lot of confidence in him amongst coaches and players.
With Kinchens practicing next to his teammates again, he says making a full recovery requires not physically exhausting himself during training sessions after first clearing his medical evaluations.
Taking it day by day, at first it wasn't nothing too much, and then just kind of building it up and making sure like you can't replicate the football game.
And as the Hurricanes play their first conference game at Hard Rock Stadium this Saturday night, the only feeling for the All-American safety?
Excitement, If they was able to, I'd have been at the Bethune-Cookman game, I don't like missing games, and those are my first games I missed since I was little.
Reporting for UMTV, I'm Wyatt Kopelman.
And next on NewsVision, the Marlins have made the postseason for the first time since 2020. This and more in sports after a short break.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how's sketches, baby? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutVaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Hello everyone and welcome to sports. I'm Manny Nacarado. For just the 4th time in franchise history, the Marlins have swam their way into the postseason as the Fish faced the Phillies last night in Game 2 of the Wild Card Series. It's win or go home for Miami. We get started in the 3rd inning where lefty Kyle Schwarber gets one down the first base line, and this one will roll into the corner as Schwarber gets into second standing and the bank is rocking early. Later in the 4th inning, JT Relamuto blasts one deep into left field, and the Phillies quickly have a 3-0 lead. Now a chance coming up for the Marlins here. This is right fielder Jesus Sanchez to try and generate some runs, but Trey Turner is there to turn 2 for Philly. Now we got another shot here by the Phillies. Fans are celebrating as their big lead over the Marlins just continues. Now in the 6th inning, here goes Billy Scout. Now he goes yard for a grand slam, and the Phillies are going to put the finishing touches on this one. And the Phillies are going to sweep the Marlins in the wild card round 2-0 after last night's 7-1 win. Switching from the diamond to the gridiron, the Miami Hurricanes are currently undefeated for the first time since 2017 as they face off against Georgia Tech to start ACC play this season. Here's what Coach Cristobal had to say.
They throw the ball as good as anybody, and they're very accurate in what and how they throw it, when they throw it, who they throw it to. They stretch the field vertically and horizontally. They do a great job with shifts and motions, present a lot of eyewash to try to get you and catch you in some violations or whatnot. They do a great job getting downhill in the run game in the form of counter, wide zone, tight zone, slips, pitching the ball to the perimeter. They're challenging. Their change of pace presents some issues as well, and they do a great job up front.
The Canes look to advance their record to 5-0 as they enter into ACC play against Georgia Tech Saturday night. With the Miami Hurricanes football team having early success this season, fans are ecstatic. But for some fans, these games mean more than just wins and losses. I had a chance to meet one of them. When you look inside Hard Rock Stadium on a Saturday afternoon, you might find what looks like a bunch of Hurricane fans. But one fan in particular stands out from the rest.
Yeah, I actually see him every game. He's dressed in like the whole football outfit. I love that guy.
Well, that guy's name is Shelton Dolthed, and his reason for dressing like this runs deep.
Me and my brother were big fans of the U. My mom, who's a retired police officer for the city of Miami, so she received tickets from somebody to go to one of the games.
And from one game, Shelton and his brother Wayne, with the help of their mom, started a long-lasting tradition.
My mom basically made us season ticket holders. She helped us purchase season tickets for the Canes for the first time, and that was in 2009.
But things took a turn for the worst. Wayne contracted a walking pneumonia, which would end up killing him.
When we got to the ICU and I seen him laying there, I lost it because right then and there just hit me that my brother was gone.
But even with Wayne gone, Shelton found a way to keep his spirit alive.
I wanted to do something personally to honor him. So I thought about what we said in the hospital room. So I bought shoulder pads, I bought knee pads, thigh pads, and everything, I bought cleats, and decided to go to the Champs Sports Bowl. I've been doing it for 14 years now, never missed a game.
Now Shelton looks to be a beacon of light, turning his tragedy into something positive.
When I watch what Shelton does for his brother, every day he puts on the suit and goes to a game, and he's doing it to honor his brother. I can feel the love that's there, and it just reminds me how important family is to him.
And as the season continues to roll on, Shelton hopes to continue to honor his brother for years to come. Well, that's all I have in sports for tonight. Melanie?
Thanks, Manny. When NewsVision returns, furry paws turn into flippers for the annual Paws in the Pool Day at one iconic Miami pool. This story and more coming up. We'll be right back. South Florida is known for its year-round summer, but as Billy Brightman found out, one local farm is bringing in a touch of the fall season.
Florida trees may not lose their leaves during fall, but the berry farm in Kendall, Florida is making sure the fall colors and traditions come to South Florida.
Doesn't look like we are in Miami here, so we're in the center of the nature, and It's different. We just get out of the routine, and it's a nice way to change a bit.
The farm's Harvest Fest is an annual event where families can find seasonal flowers growing fresh, a pumpkin patch, hay rides, a corn maze, and so much more. For parents, teachers, and kids, a trip to the farm is a welcome change from their daily, technology-filled life.
I'm all about the kids being outside and playing in nature and just being outside and enjoying the fresh air rather than on a computer screen or inside the house watching TV.
While the Harvest Fest is a great time for anyone of any age, the farmers behind it want everyone to know just how much it means to them.
Over the years, we have had to transition our business to this model because the industry of farming, a lot of local farmers have gone out of business.
The model in question is agritourism, a system where farmland is open to the general public. By coming to events like the Harvest Fest, families and schools are keeping the farm open. And while money is important, the farmers truly believe in educating the public on what they might not know about something they have every day.
Places like the berry farm and actual working farms are very important because most kids are not able to see where their food comes from.
The Berry Farms Harvest Fest is open until November 5th for anyone who wants to support their local farmers and have fun while doing it. Billy Brightman, UMTV.
This past weekend, the iconic Venetian pool in Coral Gable hosted its annual Dogs in the Pool event, and it went swimmingly. Finn Wilson checked it out.
Nestled in its own tropical oasis, the Coral Gables Venetian pool serves as a space for rest and relaxation. But last Sunday, the pool opened their gates, and members with a nose for excitement came running in packs.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
During the pool's annual dog swim event, pups from across the community line up nose to tail for their turn to blow off a little steam. Rosie Starr, a resident of the Coconut Grove area, celebrates her second birthday with a new experience, poolside in the Gables.
So she's not saltwater fan, so this was like perfect. And we've been trying to come see the place because it's so beautiful, so
yeah, it's really spectacular.
Yeah. It is.
Seen pictures, but it's super cool to be here.
It is.
The slogan for today's festivities, no pups, no passage. Coral Gables residents are encouraged to bring their canines for a day at the pool as long as they meet the requirements for admission. Members entering the event must have proof of their pet's rabies vaccination, get control over and avoid aggressive situations, and be willing to clean up after their pet in case of an emergency. Dog swim veteran Steve Chasins has been coming to the pool with his dog Holly for years and says events like these bring out the best in others and in dogs.
It's good for the dogs, and dog owners want their dogs to be happy. If your dog's happy, you're happy. And the dogs are happy here. Big shout out to the commissioners and the government of the city of Coral Gables for making this happen. They have not only the infrastructure, but the desire. And I commend them for that.
No running. Anyone is welcome to attend this community event with their pup and must purchase a ticket online on the Coral Gables website. And yes, tennis balls are provided.
She needs like at least 1 hour of running with other dogs or by herself, whatever, but like running nonstop.
We had an amazing time. Her tail was wagging the whole time.
And it was really well organized because it's difficult to organize a thing like this, and it was really, really
great
well
participation, all fun dogs, everybody having a good time.
That was Finn Wilson reporting. And speaking of dogs, a group of dogs visited the UM campus earlier this week. They came for an event on the School of Law campus bricks to help students decompress and take a pause while playing with adorable pups. The event was hosted by the UM Student Animal Legal Defense Fund and the Miami-based nonprofit called Paws for You Animal Rescue. Harvey, it seems like there's a lot of dog events going on in Miami. Maybe it's a sign that I should get a new furry friend.
Please do, so I can dog sit it.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this show.
We will see you again next week at the same time. Until then, have a great Parents' Weekend.